why you feel like she needs this thread to boost her campaign? She don't.
You gotta use everything around you. What's going on in life to win.
Okay. But again, she said she feels something.
Oh, it's you though.
No. When the car, you said you're confident, right? So that's all that matters. So pick up one of your bags and show me how you gonna handle the math. Okay. This show, this a class. This somebody go to your school. Wait, what?
Twin, where have you been?
No. No. No.
Boring. I'm walking to my ear. What's that, G-Lane? Man, don't pretend you're you saw it. Turn me over.
Okay, so you don't know him. Walk up to him as if you don't know him and convince him to vote for you. And I'll vote for you.
Doesn't come
don't think nobody really laughs, you know, to play around whenever they lose, you know, so I think everybody was just gonna get back to the drawing board, watch the film and understand, you know, what we gotta improve it.
So, how big was the impact of the crowd this night at the stadium on the performance you guys had this season?
On who?
In terms of your performance, playing, obviously last year you played at Folsom, you have one of the loudest and greatest, crowd performances out there, versus the coming year, you're having over 100,000, I believe, fans.
Yeah, I don't really think the crowd is. I think it was just like maybe everybody on the team, you know, maybe we just wasn't ready, you know. But overall, I don't think the crowd kind of like affected me personally.
So, follow-up here. How do you think the loss today is going to impact your performance against CSU? Which obviously, last year you beat Nebraska by a fair amount. CSU was a very tight win. How does this loss today impact your performance going into next year?
Really just get back to the drawing board, understand what was wrong, understand that they're going to try to expose the same thing that happened. So we just get back and try to fix those problems that was going on and be ready for the game.
Sure, a lot has changed with the offense, right? Does it feel like you're still dealing with some of the same issues as an offense that you guys dealt with last year?
I'm not sure. I ain't watched the film yet.
But just in general, I mean, does it feel like, it's just a constant pressure in your face? What does it look like from your end?
Well, I mean, I could feel like feelings and everything is like temporary, you know? So it's like, and there's a lot of emotions just like going into it. So I want to be able to look at everything first before I have a true assessment of that, you know, how I really think.
The last thing, you said maybe you were ready because you don't want to prepare for it, right?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, you gotta understand, you get out there and everybody, you prepare, you do everything the right way like you're supposed to, but you gotta make sure everybody, you know, is on that when the big lights and everything come on, and, you know, like the small mistakes and everything, they expose some things, so that's what I mean by that. But the preparation and everything, you know, that was there, it was just like will at that point.
What was your conversations like with Pat Turner, and why do you feel like the offense is responding to Nebraska?
I mean, Nebraska had a great D-line. Essentially, that's what it was. I don't think. I think they did. I think they followed a great game plan, and they did what they were supposed to do. That was it.
How important is it for offense behavior? From the game, continue to be down, trying to be more downtime, but it kind of helps your game, obviously, developing the whole game.
I mean, how many times did Riley get cut? How many times did Riley get cut? Of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently, whenever you're able to, then that opens up the pass, you know. But it's just like you gotta understand like what the team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball? Okay, we out there, we get in a situation where it's a must get it, we won't get it.
Are those like kind of like 4-1 conversions that happen on the guys today, last year? That kind of play to everybody, that kind of someone against the ball or not?
No, I'd rather, if we're gonna go down, I'd rather go down swinging, honestly, because I know I can throw the best play. A lot. It was just, you know, a rookie mistake, honestly. That's what it was. So it's small things like that that kind of like things that just can't happen, you know, like truthfully. But that stuff happens, so we just gotta bounce back from it and learn from that situation and just be ready for it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Took my shot at the shop in Dior. Nigga play, get sent to the Lord. That hoe, cause that hoe is born. Seen her last week, I swear that hoe was horn. She fucked on my partner, now she just want more. Beating her down, this dick galore. Yeah, I'm in this bitch. I got a fat ass stick on my hip, let's go. I got a sticker.
What is the way of the superior man? The way of the superior man stages. The first stage is when we want to grow for our own sake. So as a man, you might say, I'd like to make some money for myself. And if we are in the first stage, that's as far as we go. We choose to make money for our own sake. Over time, we grow to what I call the second stage, which is when we want to share and cooperate with other people. So as a man, we may feel, I would like to make money not only for my sake, but to take care of my family, to invest in the community, and to better the world. So whereas the first stage is about making yourself more full, better, acquiring more money, and the second stage is about sharing with others, being cooperative, working for the sake of the whole. The third stage is about realizing that everything is only change. Everything changes. Who you are changes. Everything you build changes. And change means death. So the beginning of the way of the superior man means to come to terms with not only your own death, but the death of everything you can build, create, and make. In the third stage of our life, when we're here to give, we are coming from the depths of our heart, feeling our deepest purpose, offering our love outward, and we realize nobody may accept what we have to give. Our art that we create may not be received. Our love that we have to give may not be received. A superior man does not stop giving merely because he's not received. He may never be acknowledged. He may never receive what he feels he deserves for what he gives. But the superior man is the giving. He lives as a gift. To do so, he needs to feel deep within himself and deeply into the world at the same time. So the superior man feels deeply in himself, who am I? Who am I most deeply? To give your deepest gift, one must know, who am I? So to feel who am I at my most deepest place is the beginning of relaxing as a superior man. To feel who am I leads you to feel that you are the witness of everything. You're not just your name. You're clearly not your body, the cells of which change all the time. When you were 10 years old, every cell of your body was probably pretty much different than it is today. So you're not your body. Likewise, your mind has changed since you were a child, and yet you still feel like you are the same person. So there is a continuity of a sense of self, even though everything changes. So that continuity, or that unchanging sense of self amidst constant change, is what I call the masculine. The consciousness that you are conscious of everything. That consciousness that you are is your masculine. The more you are identified with your deep consciousness, that which never changes, that which has no specific form, that which is eternal, the more you are identified with that, the more you are identified with what I call your masculine. The more you are identified with everything that changes, your thoughts, your body, your relationships, the world, then the more you are identified with the feminine, in the way I use the term. So the feminine is everything that moves, everything you could see, everything you could smell, everything you could hear, everything you could taste, everything you think. Your mind's motion is a feminine dance. Your heart beating, the stars circling through the cosmos is the feminine. So your relationship to the world and to your body is your relationship to her, to the feminine. And your identity as unchanging consciousness is your identity as a masculine player in the world. All men and women, obviously, are both conscious and are conscious of everything that's changing. So all men and women have both masculine and feminine aspects. So every man and woman, in a moment when they're identifying with their unchanging consciousness, they're identifying with their masculine. Every man and woman, the moment they're identifying with everything that changes, their bank account, their thoughts, the world's political situation, the more somebody is identified with the flow of change, the more they are identified with the feminine. So all of us have both masculine and feminine. But to keep this simple, I'll talk about a man identified more with his masculine and a woman identified more with her feminine. As we grow in our lives through the stages, we approach the masculine and feminine differently. So in the first stage, when we're very selfish and self-centered, we tend to become rigid in our identity. A good way to feel into this first stage approach is to think of perhaps the 1950s in the United States, where men were men and women were women, where men were identified with only the masculine, that which doesn't change, no emotion, kind of stolid. And the women, again, this is the old style, first stage, 1950s, you can imagine, the women were identified with change, with the beauty of the house, with their children. And we've grown out of these roles, thankfully. So now both men and women can exercise their masculine and feminine freely. But what that has resulted in is a kind of neutralization. Because if every human being expresses equal amounts of masculine and feminine expression, then there is no polarity. Sexual polarity is the arc of energy, either attractive energy or sometimes even repulsive energy. Sexual polarity is this arc of energy between masculine and feminine poles. Like all natural energies, you need two poles to create a force field. So for instance, for the electrical force to flow, you need a positive and negative pole. That's why your car battery has two poles. That's why the electrical socket has a positive and negative side for two prongs, because you need two poles to create the arc of electrical force. Likewise, the gravitational field of the Earth is created between the North Pole and South Pole of the Earth. Well, the two poles of sexual attraction are masculine and feminine. So even if two human beings are completely balanced human beings and they can equally access their masculine and feminine, in the moment that they want sexual attraction within their intimacy, it's important to understand that what creates that sexual passion is the arc, the distance between masculine and feminine. So the woman may choose to play the masculine while the man chooses to play the feminine, or the man can choose to play the masculine and the woman play the feminine, or in a gay or lesbian relationship, two same-sex individuals can play it. One can play the masculine, the other the feminine. And as long as in any particular moment one partner is playing more of the masculine, that is identification with unchanging consciousness, and one partner is identified with the feminine, identification with movement, life force, light itself, the dance of light, the cosmic motion. When one person is identified with the masculine, one is identified with the feminine, in that moment there will be sexual polarity. However, two people are in their masculine, two people are in their feminine, or two people are balanced or neutral, then although they may love each other deeply, there will not be the arc of sexual polarity. So what we're talking about here is a very specific situation. We're talking about men who have already grown beyond balance. So there are many men who are still trying to grow from the first to the second stage. They're trying to grow from being, let's call them, let's say, macho jerks, and their partners, submissive housewives, if we want the caricature to make it easy to remember the first stage style of being stuck in these rigid roles of masculine and feminine. They grow to the second stage. And to grow to the second stage, men cultivated their internal feminine, and women cultivated their internal masculine. So as men cultivated their internal feminine, they grew their So what happens in the second stage is we become whole and independent rather than partial and dependent like in the first stage. But this isn't the end. Whole and independent people is not the meaning of life. It's a stage along the way. And the next stage is to surrender open and to give our deepest gifts however they come, masculine or feminine. So the third stage, man or woman, is completely free to give their masculine or feminine gifts in any way they would like. If a man wants to flow with energy and allow himself to feel the healing force of life through his body and heal other people with his energy, which is a feminine gift, he's certainly free to do so. And if a woman would like to cultivate her capacity to ignore personal relationships and focus on, for instance, a financial bottom line, a corporate decision in the future, she's certainly free to become a corporate executive or a CEO and work hard all day to achieve a certain goal, as men have been doing for years. So she can use her masculine to make goals and achieve goals. Women can also use their feminine, and likewise, men can use their masculine or their feminine. The way of the superior man is for people who have already achieved masculine and feminine balance. Men and women, men and men, women and women, who can look into each other's eyes and see God. They can look into each other's eyes and see love. They can feel each other's hearts without any boxing, putting people in a box of masculine or feminine. So in the third stage, in the way of the superior man, there is no boxing of masculine and feminine. It's offered freely. But within that free offering, we understand that if we want sexual polarity in our intimacies, if we want sexual polarity in our intimacies, which not everybody does, but if we do, then we must understand how sexual polarity, passion, is created and destroyed, which are the dynamics between the masculine and feminine. And we also need to learn the difference between doing something for our own sake, the first stage, doing something for the sake of everybody, that is, for the good of everyone, which is the second stage, or doing something because we feel an impulse beyond our personal lives, but also beyond everyone else's personal lives. There's a depth of being, a depth of love, a depth of consciousness that is coming through all of us that goes beyond all of our personal needs and also all of our collective needs. So the superior man, over time, more and more allows the force of this light or love or consciousness to come through their life into the world, into their relationships. And in doing that, they understand the yoga or the practices involved in the masculine and feminine dynamic. It is a true art. So the superior man understands the art of sexual polarity, as well as the art of living from his deepest depth, knowing his deepest purpose. And again, that purpose grows through three stages. What is my purpose? Because I need to know it for myself, first stage. How does my purpose integrate with everyone else's purpose so we could create heaven on earth, so we could make this world, this community of ours, this human community, a better place to live? So there's your purpose for making this place a better world to live in. And then the third stage purpose is grounded in something beyond your own sense of personal need. And it's also grounded in something beyond the collective need.